Hi, Round Lake. It's Heidi Varela, digital arts instructor in the CTE department. I'm here to highlight some of the special projects the students are working on in the program, but I also wanted to point out some of the updates that we have on roundlakedesign.org. This is the student store. So they are creating, designing, and producing all the things in the store. To explain the store, I really need to start at the beginning. So if we look at the CTE pathway for digital arts, you'll see that we not only have designers, but we also have photographers working with commercial photography, and we have time artists who are doing video editing, producing, and animation. So their first and second years, they are learning the basics, the foundation. How do I use the equipment? How do I use the software? How do I run this machine, basically? And they're also getting the opportunity to get dual credit from CLC. Third and fourth year is when the magic happens, okay? So the seniors are the ones that actually are producing the items that end up being in the store. So they are printing and pressing the shirts and the drinkware, all those things. While the juniors are getting prepared to work as a team and to work independently. So this is the first year that all three pathways get together and they work in teams to design a concept product, photograph that product, and also make a commercial and market that product. In their senior year, they're going to start getting client work, working in internships, and actually leaving campus to work one-on-one with businesses. So if we go to roundlakedesign.org, we're going to see a lot more tabs than we've seen in previous years. First, I want to emphasize the shop. The shop is a physical space in I-214, and we keep piles of all the stock. So this is pressed, it's folded, it's wrapped, it's barcoded, it's ready to be sold. So you can order it right here online, roundlakedesign.org, and we will deliver it to you in your classroom. Now, everything under the shop is currently on sale for 30% off for the rest of the school year because we're trying to make room for all the new designs that the capstone students have created. The next tab that I wanted to highlight was print on demand. So these are the new collections the students are coming out with, and they've been designed, but they haven't been produced yet. So if we look at this first item, we can see we have a gray sweatshirt, but you can decide which student design that you want on that piece of apparel. This is really helping us with inventory to be accurate. So we actually have that physical item in the store to be able to create for you. So this will take a little bit more time because the design has to be printed, weeded, pressed, then we can wrap it up and deliver it to you. So can these students make something for me in my classroom? If you look at past student requests, you'll see that students have already been designing logos and posters for events, and they've also been doing portrait photography and event photography for sports. If you want to make a custom request, you can come up here to the custom request, and you can see that the site page is password protected. So unfortunately, these are $0, so we've been getting a lot of fraudulent orders. So I'll be sharing that password with you. After you enter the page, you can see that you can make a request for design, photography, videography, or animation. If you don't see what you need here, ask us. So if you come to custom requests, tell us a little bit about the project. Try to be as specific as possible so that we can kind of estimate the timeline. Now, we only see these students for 45 minutes a day. So be prepared that it could take students 4 to 6 weeks to be able to work on it. They might already be working on a project or they're just starting out with a new concept and it's going to take them a while because of the size of the project. Now, after a custom request has been fulfilled, you can then make a production request. So here you can see that one of the projects the students worked on was the Panther Pour logo. And you can see that they're going to still need stickers over and over again to put on their cups. So here, this program can come in here and order as many stickers as they want so their department can pay for that. If you have any questions about Round Lake Design, you can contact us at rldesign@rlas-116.org, and this email will bounce to all three digital arts teachers. Last but not least, we have the students. So here we have the capstone students. These are the third-year students. We have the photographers and the videographers and our designers, our senior designers. And we also got some bonus students, some junior designers in the class this year as well. And this runs during 7th period, 12:50 to 1:35. And it's instructed by Miss Evans and myself, Heidi Varela. I'm excited to announce that we have a new student. He's coming to us from the Panther Work Program. His job coach is Loretta Weber, and he's in the back helping us with inventory, and it's much appreciated. And during 8th period, we have our production class. That runs from 1:40 to 2:25 in I-214, and that is when you can actually come into the store and purchase things with a credit card. If you want to pay with cash, you can see Nancy Aldape after you make an online order if you need to drop off some cash. Thank you for your time and attention as I passed on these updates. I just wanted to end the segment with 2 highlights from things going on in the digital arts program. So we're going to meet Isabel Nicholson, who's been working on a project with Mr. Trinity for the Plant Emporium. And also we have a project from Nick Ferreira. He is in my Video 2 class. We worked with Ellis Elementary students and Miss Cook. She sent us students' monster drawings, and our students designed and animated those projects. Here we go.
I'm so sorry. Now I'm really aware of it. My work with the Panther Plant Emporium began at the beginning of 2024. My teacher, Miss Corcoran, had contacted me and said that I would be doing the branding for the school's plant sale. At the time, there was no name for it, no logo or anything, so she told me that we were basically starting from scratch. As customary with client requests, I met with Trinity a few times and we just started talking about what we were looking for. I got in contact with the kids and made a presentation and got their ideas as well. And as the brainstorming process continued on, we really got into the idea of how we wanted it to look and what we were looking to do moving forward. And he was very cooperative, and we basically had come to the conclusion that we wanted it to be more of a long-time partnership. And basically we have been working together to do any sort of material, logo, branding designs that I can. And we've been working for about the last year and a half on the Panther Plant Emporium. At this point, I've designed quite a few things. Of course, the logo was first, and that's been about featured on the majority of the designs thus far. But I've also made stickers, buttons, a banner for the greenhouse, plant tab labels, a promotional poster, and the order form. I did a lot of research beforehand for this particular project. In general, I would say my style tends to be very clinical and clean. So I looked at not just designs for plant sale logos, but also a lot of science-based programs, and particularly centered around biology, as that was something me and Trinity had talked about, because that was the class that the kids were learning and doing all of the plant growing in. But I eventually settled on the idea of the hands and the test tube with the plant, and I think the simplicity with the green and the way that the designs are generally made up are really core to how the general style of it goes. That's a good question. I especially last year would come in a lot during lunch in order to try and get things done as fast as possible. Usually I'll meet with Trinity, see what things he has, and he'll, put me to work. And it really is fun to be able to just create things and have them be used. And so I think that motivation to create and design is something that makes it very encouraging for me.
Hey Andrew, it's me, Alice. Thanks so much for creating me. My friend Nikki brought me to life, so I wanted to send you a video message. As you know, I live under the sand, but it's quite nice down here. While you're at school, I enjoy ordering pizza down here and watching football and soccer. I hope you have a great rest of the school year and create even more creative artwork. Can't wait to see you next time.